Now, you might remember the landmark court case in which a gay couple were awarded damages on the grounds of sexual discrimination after being refused a room at a guest house in Cornwall.
That was 5 years ago, believe it or not, but tomorrow the hotel owners will appeal the decision at the Supreme Court. Hazel Murray and Peter Bull join us in just a moment, but first, here's their story. Devout Christians Hazel Murray and Peter Bull have run Chai Morfa House Hotel in Penzance, Cornwall, since 1986. In 2008, their decision to refuse a room to gay couple Martin Hall and Stephen Preddy was a decision that would change their lives. The guest house website states, "We have few rules, but please note that as Christians we have a deep regard for marriage. Our double-bedded accommodation is not available to unmarried couples." Bulls argued their policy of restricting double beds to married couples was down to their religious beliefs and was not directed at sexual orientation. But the Court of Appeal ruled that they acted unlawfully and they were ordered to pay damages of £3,600. Since the controversy hit the headlines, the couple have been the victims of vandalism and have even received death threats. Now, due to lack of visitors, they've had to put their home and their livelihood up for sale. Hazel Murray and Peter Bull are with us this morning. Good morning. Good to see you both. Death threats, vandalism, the B&B up for sale. You've already had to pay compensation to Martin and Stephen. Why are you going through this now? Why the appeal? What are you hoping to achieve?
Well, for one thing, the appeal process is there, and it's there to settle issues like this, especially in the Supreme Court. And the reason we've continued with this is because we feel there are arguments still to be made, because we're hoping that some way or another a pathway will be found through this so that two different lifestyles, which at the moment have had a head-on collision, two different lifestyles could live together in our society.
Might I suggest that maybe you're in the wrong business? Because when you think about it, only 47% of couples now are actually married. So when you do that, forget all the arguments and all the rest of it, but actually from a business sense, surely it doesn't make any sense.
No, on the face of it, it looks like that because, of course, we've always refused a double-bedded accommodation to unmarried heterosexual couples.
Why do you do that, though? Why are you on earth?
It's Bible-based. It's entirely Bible-based.
But as a Christian, surely the God that you worship is a loving God, is a tolerant God. And if people are in a civil partnership, they're obviously in love. So what's wrong with them sharing a bed?
I think it's a myth to believe that entirely. It's he is a loving God. That's true. He's a forgiving God, but there is
and a tolerant one.
He is a long-suffering God. He's not entirely tolerant because the Bible is full of cases when he does finally bring judgment about. And we felt that we wanted to, as far as possible, live according to his instructions. And the Bible's very clear about marriage.
2013. It's 2013.
God hasn't changed. Jesus says he's the same yesterday, today and forever. He hasn't changed. The Bible hasn't changed. And we're wrong. We're living in a dream if we think that he's changed his laws to suit us, because that's not the case at all.
So you don't accept that you've done anything wrong at all? You don't accept that that was offensive to
we find this thoroughly regretful, because we clearly state that we prefer to let double-bedded accommodation to married couples.
Where do you put that on your website? So when people check in, when two people come and check in, how do you know that they're married or not?
They could be two brothers.
We have, right, that's a fair question. We have a script and we try very hard not to offend. Remember, we've been there for 28 years and this is the first time that we've had any problems. We have a script whereby we say very gently and politely, if one person shows up on the door, say it's a male, you would say, "Is this for you and your wife?" And oddly enough, they will say, "No, well, not actually my wife, we're partners, or it's my girlfriend," or whatever.
Only 43%.
Yes, well then, I don't know the numbers. I'm not entirely interested in the numbers, because of course we're running
You should be as a businesswoman.
Well, we're running this under our own roof. And God demands that our faith doesn't end.
God demands.
God demands that our faith doesn't end at the kitchen door. He means your faith to run in every corner of your life. You can't just section him off like that. So one would think that dealing with Christians, we would be fair and honest and upright and honourable and live according to the Bible, because the Bible is the Christian's textbook.
Do you think most Christians would do the same as you?
I can't cancer for other Christians.
Peter, you've been very quiet, presumably, though, that you totally agree with this, and you're
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I have nothing to add to what Hazel Marie said. Nothing at all.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it here. I'd love to know what you think. Do get in touch with us.